Madeira, a volcanic Portuguese island in the Atlantic Ocean north to the Canary Islands. So I decided to search for its unique endemic animals and to film them. To get a better chance at seeing any of Madeira's wildlife, especially lizards, I decided to go into this park, as more greener spaces, more hidden, is obviously better for wildlife. And Madeira only has one endemic lizard, which is the Madeiran wall lizard, and that's a species of Lacerta found nowhere else on the planet. And there are two invasive species of geckos and a blind snake that inhabit, but that's all of Madeira's land reptiles. But it wasn't long before we found our first lizard, a female Madeiran wall lizard. The next few lizards I found were on this wall right here, and as you can see, this lizard on the right is a male because it's that blue coloration. Females are usually brown and striped, as well as juveniles. Sexual dimorphism in these lizards is probably due to a similar cause as birds. The males want to display to the females, and so they have to be brightly coloured to impress them. The brighter colour the male is probably the most dominant, and which the females want to mate with. This lizard began to scurry over the top of a stone bench in the park. It then began to scurry into a patch of sunlight where it could bask and heat itself up and get the UV light that it needed. It sat here for a few seconds before running off back into the bushes behind the stone bench. At this point I was happy with finding 4 lizards. Some of them were different sexes and I found them in different places. But next what happened was so bizarre and amazing. Just after I'd filmed that lizard scurry away, I turned around to see this stone wall where so many lizards are basking on it, going in between the gaps. It was crazy. You can even see some of them on the bottom sticking their heads out, eating ants from the bottom. There's so many living in this wall, and it was just amazing to see so many lizards at one place. And you look somewhere and then you see in the distance there's another lizard scurrying away. There's so many, I mean you can't even count how many lizards are here. And they're all coming out to bask and to hunt, and it's a great habitat for them because behind all of these rocks there are plants, so if they do get threatened they can hide in those, they can hide between the gaps. There's also lots of lizards here, it means they can breed as well. So yeah, it's really great seeing this amazing wall of lizards. For this clip I decided to show you more of the patterns and colours of these lizards. As you can see here, this male is striking blue-green colour. So is this male, shimmering in the sunlight. After most of the males were gone, the female Madeiran wall lizards began to bask out before scurrying back into the rock crevices. Here you can see a big group of female lizards, all basking fairly close to each other on these rocks. Madeiran wall lizards are omnivores. Now they mainly eat insects like you might expect, and particularly ants, things like that, and I even saw them doing so. Now the next thing that they eat is fruit, and particularly banana, as there are many banana trees on Madeira Island. And once the bananas have dropped off the trees, they're getting riper. That's when the lizards take advantage of it, and they'll eat a lot of banana during some times when the bananas are ripe, because they can take advantage of it and it's perfectly safe for them. And why go hunt when there's a banana lying there? Madeiran wall lizards' predators are mainly things like birds of prey, so there's kestrels, buzzards and owls, and also other birds, domestic cats, feral cats, things like that. Even bigger moorish geckos will sometimes eat them, and spiders will sometimes capture juveniles. And to defend themselves, the Madeiran wall lizards will hide in the rock crevices. They'll also blend into the rocks so that predators can't see them as easily, and even if something is grabbing it by its tail, or if it's going near it, then it will drop its tail, part of it, so then the lizard can get away without being eaten. Here you can see some photos that I took of the male lizards. I really wanted to try and get the blues and the greens and that shimmering in the sun. Whilst filming these lizards, I noticed two very interesting things happen as I started recording. The first of which is down in this little cave down here, where a male lizard begins to poke his head out and begins to hunt insects, particularly ants. Now the next thing is up here. These two lizards are likely mating. The female, the lighter coloured brown one, is being chased by the male. And as you can see, our friend here has been hunting some insects whilst that was happening. The Birds of Paradise flower is Madeira's floral emblem. Though not being native, is actually native to South Africa. At this point we were approaching into the higher terrain of Madeira, taking in this amazing sight of soaring mountain peaks blending into the mist, covering their summits. Vibrant, beautiful flowers line the rocky stone walls along the road. It really is a stunning island, and the scenery here is nothing but beautiful. Here you can see I spotted some more Madeiran wall lizards over here on this small wall here. And this was further higher up in Funchal, and as you can see the lizards here are very bold. They're even right out on this wall here on a street, so these are not shy lizards. They weren't just in the park that we went to. They are spread right across the island and can even be in the more busy places with people. As we continued along, we passed massive rocky cliffs towering right over the road. We were surrounded by tropical greenery and banana plants growing right along the terraces. At this point, I decided that it was now time to head back down to the port to see if I could spot some of Madeira's animals that live right along the shoreline. Here is a red rock crab, a very common species of crab in Madeira. This one was sitting on a rock whilst water poured over it, supposedly hydrating itself. This was one of many crabs that we saw. And here I saw a cockroach. This cockroach was quite large, and it was quite an unexpected find. It then began to fall down onto the ground and began to scurry under and go in this crack to escape the heat of the day and to hide. Here you can see the RRS Sir David Attenborough refueled in Madeira before setting off to Antarctica in 2025. And that was our last sight of Madeira.